Um, whether it's Metro North or Long Island Railroad, in some cases, whether it's Amtrak.
Or even driving your own car.
How many of you are into extreme commuting? You're listening to Devil Tongue.
Phantom Mother.
On
Spreaker.com.
www.spreaker.com. Thanks for the continued love and support. Please.
Always appreciated.
Tell your friends about us. Follow us on Spreaker, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Skype, email, devil.tongue@gmail.com.
And he's also on Words with Friends, which I'm shocked he didn't advertise that as well.
Okay, I am, but I know a couple of games are about to get resigned in a few days or so. However, the reason why I'm bringing up extreme commuting is that I'm somewhat a victim of that as well myself.
I hate it.
Well, you don't live in Pennsylvania or Connecticut.
No, but I hate it.
You don't live in D.C.
But I hate it.
You know, but when we talk about extreme commuting, I really am referring to people who live out of state, not so much people who live, okay, Phantom and I live in the 5 boroughs. You know, let's say you live in Long Island. Maybe your commute takes about an hour and a half.
And he's not talking about your people who live in the Bronx and you just go right over the bridge to Jersey. He ain't talking about your people. Okay.
No, that to me, that's not extreme either.
Okay.
Although some people argue, but it takes more than an hour for me to travel. Okay.
No, he's talking about if you live in the Bronx and then you're going all the way to the Poconos to work.
Well, vice versa.
Right, but I'm just saying.
You come to the Bronx.
Right, I'm just saying because you know what? Coincidentally, you bringing this up. I worked with somebody who lived in Pennsylvania and worked in the borough of Queens. And I was like, girl, you couldn't find no job in Pennsylvania? Like, come on now. I said, listen, they can't be paying you that much.
Want to bet? Let's pause on that for a hot moment.
Okay.
When it comes to salaries, New York City itself pays more than Jersey, than Connecticut. Some people may choose to argue on that, but it depends on the industry. In Pennsylvania, particularly the Poconos, if you're working in Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, your salary may be comparable. But I've heard people say, no, I still make more in New York. So the thing is, yes, I live out here because it's quieter living, it's better living, lower taxes. But I work in New York City because my salary is what allows me to live this lifestyle.
I get it, what you're saying. But then the thing is also is that, you know, I mean, I guess the lifestyle, your lifestyle. That's all I can say. Because my thing is this, if you're so busy 2 hours out of your life every day or 3 hours out of your life every day to commute, I mean, like, you know, I mean, if you're single and you're young, I mean, yeah, that's cool. But if you got a family, you know what I'm saying? You got kids to raise. And on top of that, you're a sociable person. That means that you're either coming home super late because you're probably hanging out after work before you come home anyway.
The thing about extreme commutes is that they tend to work for people who work, like, if you're on a 12-hour shift, so you may be working 3 on, 2 off, a schedule somewhat like that. But
saying with that, you have somewhat of a social life. But think about it. A lot of those people are making, I would say decent money, or probably, I wouldn't say okay money. They're probably making decent to good money. But, you know, something has to give. You know what I'm saying? Something has to give because you're either stressed out, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you have enough time in the day. You know, when you go to work, you're working. And then, you know, you want to play. And then when you're on vacation, are you actually on vacation? Because, I mean, even though you might be away at Puerto Rico chilling on, you know, the beach, you sitting there thinking about, oh my goodness, I got to come back to this lifestyle. So it's like, are you really vacationing?
But that's the choice you made.
I understand.
All right, let me give you a beautiful example.
Go ahead.
Shout out to our moms. My mom, who shall remain anonymous, you know we don't give a couple of names in this show. She did purchase a house in the Pocono Summit.
Right.
Her idea initially was, you know, to retire and then living at home. Didn't quite work out like that for her. But what I'm getting at is this. That was, as I guess the realtor sold it to everybody, a 90-minute commute. Woohoo! You know, 90 minutes to and from Pennsylvania to New York, and blasey this and blasey
but
that, yada, yada, yada.
also, you got to remember the time she bought it as well. Because think about it. If you're talking about 20 years ago, it's not as much built up as it is now.
No.
It is not as much traffic as it is now. It's not as much road work, more cars on the road as it is now.
No.
So then you got to put that in consideration. So now that 90-minute they were selling it on is no longer 90 minutes.
No, that's true, because think about it like this. We live in the Q borough. Shout out to all the Queens fans. Why does it take us an hour to commute to Manhattan? And I am talking on mass transit. Now, if you drive, you might get away with getting into the city within a half hour. You might, because you're still going to run into traffic, whether it's 59th Street Bridge or my favorite way to travel. It was longer, but it was faster, going through Brooklyn and take to Williamsburg. But, people who extreme commute, they don't see 120 minutes as a big deal.
Because I think they're used to it. I think there's a lot of people that are used to it. Like right now, I hate going on a train. To me, it's just, I can't take it anymore. Like when I was younger, I think Manhattan was like, it was the best spot ever. Everything was happening. It was the coolest place to be. Now, I avoid Manhattan like a plague. And it's not because of 9/11. It's just, I don't want to be there. Manhattan is just, I don't want to be there. It's just a borough I don't want to be in. I don't want to be associated with. I don't mind going to hang and have dinners, with family and friends. I don't mind that. But to go to work every day, it's stressful. And then on top of that, it's worse for certain Queens people or Bronx, Brooklyn, where you're in a 2-fare zone. Now, it's no longer 2 fares anymore. It is 1 fare from the train.
As far as the Metro card.
Right, with the Metro card, it's 1 fare. But still in all, you got to, if you're not near the train, you got to take the bus to the train, and then the train to your job, and then do the whole cycle all over again.
You're right.
And then the other thing, too, is that they should have an express other than the bus from Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx to a main hotspot, meaning Manhattan, or if you're working in certain parts of like Dumbo, Brooklyn, or whatever, they should have express buses going there. They don't.
But the people have to ask for that. It's not going to just be given automatically, because remember, studies are done in most cases by New York City Transit, I suppose, and they determine what's best for us instead of us saying, well, we need this.
Because I know, like, the 44 bus is, once upon a time, I remember it used to be local. Like, it was local. Then it went limited. Personally, I don't know why it's not express. Like, boom, everybody gets on at Queens. You make one other stop, somewhere else, like maybe Flushing, and then go straight through to the Bronx, and then do all your stops in the Bronx. But I get it. Part
of the problem with the select bus service.
Now it's select bus service. But I'm saying before that.
Right, unlimited. But, okay, let's look at the BX12 in the Bronx. They have select bus, and then they have a local. I kid you not when I tell you that local barely comes.
Because they want you on the select bus.
But the select bus does not stop, should we say, at the local stops.
Right. But you know what's funny? I was talking to somebody about that. And what they're doing, that's what they want to do with the whole bus system, is make all the buses select. And I was like, are you kidding me? He was like, yeah, that's their whole intentions to do that, because they're trying to stop fare beating on the bus. I said,
we're gonna take a big pause for that.
No, but that's the whole thing. They're doing it they're doing it on the main, not the main, but certain I know I'm repeating myself. Like certain selected buses, they're doing a select bus on. But the object of doing that is, the whole intention is that the whole bus system is going to be run that way. So every time you get on the local bus, it will be the B50, was it 56, the Q5, the 84, whatever. Any stop you get on, you got to have that ticket, because what they're trying to do is fare beating. I was like, yo, dude, get over it,
okay,
right?
Fare evasion, it's a joke when it came to the select bus service, and here's the reason why. You purchase your receipt, you get your receipt outside versus paying on the bus. Unless they're going to do strict enforcement, which I felt should be done by the transit police. It only makes sense. People still get on that bus without getting, a receipt.
Yeah, but you know what's stupid about it? You paid your fare. See, this is where I was talking to the guy about it. I said, but if you don't have your ticket and you paid your fare, and if you go to court and be like, look, if you swipe this, all right, it would say, I have a transfer on here. So technically, I'm not fare beating.
You're not. But again, politics.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Because I was like, yo, because in a way he was like, yeah, you do got it. He was like, yeah, you do made a point there. I said, because how about, you new to the area, you got to take this bus, but not realizing that. So now you're going to swipe. I mean, I get it. I know when you go to the front of the bus, the guy says he doesn't say anything. All you see is covered. All you see is the thing covered. Half of the time the bus driver don't want to say nothing to you.
Yeah,
so there you are. There you are. So you get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Technically, you are allowed that transfer. Boom, you did pay the fare. You were just unable to do that. You didn't know about the thing out there. So how are you going to get me on fare beating if I did pay and I'm allowed to transfer?
I'm going to take it back for you, America. As far as Phantom and I, we grew up in New York. And there was a time when, I think the very early 80s, not the mid 80s, when they were allowing you to transfer for free. You didn't have to pay the extra coinage. If we paid 50 cents, the transfer was like another 30.
Transfer? No, the transfer was always free.
Well, the paper, the paper transfer?
Yeah, we never paid.
No, I kid you not. You had to pay for that.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay, you don't remember, but I actually do. If you wanted to transfer, let's just say it was another 35 cents. Then, my mom said, oh, you can transfer for free now. Got on the bus, I asked the driver, do we have to pay for the transfer? He thought for like a quick moment, then just gave me the transfer. And from that point on, we have not been paying for the transfers. You transfer free because the bottom line is this. You are entitled to continue your trip, in the case of the buses, up to 2 buses, from the original bus.
Right. But then I remember the time was shorter back then, which was weird. Because now they give you 2 hours.
Right.
Before, I was like an hour and something. I was like, yo, dude, like, if the bus is running on a not even an hour basis, and you get here at that hour and the bus just left, you know what I'm saying? Then you screwed and you got to pay another damn toll.
Right.
I was like, no, I'm not even down with that. But back to extreme commuting, that's part of it, because when you're looking at it, there's some of us who don't have cars or automobiles or carpooling, and we have to, people get on, what do you call it, Amtrak, Metro North.
Well, I'm gonna say again,
they have to get on Long Island Railroad.
Forget Metro North, Long Island Railroad for a second. Let's say you honestly live in D.C. or Maryland, but you work in New York. So yes, that's extreme commuting in terms of you must take Amtrak.
Right.
I mean, flying, you could if you got your pockets deep like that.
Yeah, that's true too. Or you own your own plane.
Right. But again, I don't work 5 days a week. I work maybe twice a week. I work maybe 3 times a week. My business is home based, but I do a lot of consulting outside the home. That's when that works. That does not work for the average person who, okay, I'm just saying this, $50 in rent. Mm-hmm. Woohoo! So yes. Where am I paying this, you ask? I live somewhere in Maryland. So yeah, I get on Amtrak every day, the 429 out of Carrollton Station or whatever. I come into the city to work, and then I try to catch that, 654 back to Maryland. Maybe then you'll take it to that level of extreme, but you have to do what's best for you. And remember, when you go for that job interview, you already know what you're walking into in terms of, am I going to make this extreme commute? Or am I going to get something that's like a stone's throw away from my front door?
I like a stone's throw away from my front door.
Most of us do. Because
I like that. But
gas and MetroCard are no joke.
You sure right about that. You are sure right about that. But the thing about, I just don't, when you think about it, it's like you really don't have no life. Your whole life, Monday through Friday, if that's your schedule, is nothing but work. It's nothing but work. And then on the weekend, you trying to catch up on whatever you got to do. You probably binging, try to catch up with friends or whatever. And it's crazy. And I get it. And maybe you are making good money. And maybe that's the lifestyle you've chosen. Nobody can say that. You know what I'm saying? Only you and only you can tell, you know, if you're happy with that or not.
Yeah, that's the reason why we're trying to take Spreaker to the next level. Mm-hmm. In any case, thank you for tuning in. As always, thank you for listening to us.
Always appreciated.
And remember, we talk about the issues that affect all of us as well. You know, you're not alone in this, America. Believe that. Till the next episode. Have a good one.
Till the next episode.